The peaceful surrender of the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk is a story that reveals much more than just a routine arrest. It's about humanity, community ties, and the delicate balance law enforcement must maintain in high-stakes situations. Washington County Sheriff Nate Brooksby shared the inside story of how this tense moment unfolded, and it's a narrative that might surprise you. On the evening of September 11th, as Sheriff Brooksby was preparing to wind down his day, he received a call from a retired deputy friend. The deputy's voice was noticeably shaky, immediately raising alarm bells for the sheriff. His first thought was grim. Who has died? But what came next was something he hadn't expected at all. The deputy revealed, "I know who Charlie Kirk's shooter is. I know the family through a religious connection. He's currently in Washington County, and we're working on getting him to surrender voluntarily." This revelation set the wheels in motion. On Wednesday, Sheriff Brooksby spoke publicly for the first time about his office's role in the arrest of 22-year-old Tyler James Robinson. Robinson was formally charged on Tuesday in 4th District Court with aggravated murder. Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray has also announced his intention to seek the death penalty if Robinson is convicted. Robinson is accused of fatally shooting Charlie Kirk in front of a crowd of about 3,000 people at Utah Valley University, a chilling event that shocked the community. After law enforcement released a surveillance image of the suspect, Robinson's own parents began to fear their son might be involved, according to court documents. Tyler Robinson lived in an apartment in St. George, while his parents reside in Washington City, both within Washington County. Sheriff Brooksby explained that Robinson's parents played a crucial role in preventing a tragic outcome. They convinced their son not to retreat to a remote area of the county where he might have taken his own life. Instead, they promised to help him surrender peacefully to the authorities. Tyler understood that with all the law enforcement pressure, the media coverage, his photo everywhere, the gun being shown, his capture was inevitable, Brooksby said. He was genuinely afraid of a SWAT team raiding his home or being shot by law enforcement. This fear shaped the sheriff's approach. He agreed to a calm, low-profile arrest designed to make Robinson feel safe enough to come forward voluntarily. "We treated it as delicately and gently as possible," Brooksby said, "to ensure he would show up at my office, and that's exactly what happened." By 9 p.m., Robinson was driven to the Washington County Sheriff's Office by his parents and the retired deputy. Deputies who were not in uniform took him into custody. Remarkably, Robinson was not handcuffed. Instead, he was escorted to an interview room where he was offered water and allowed to sit on a couch for several hours while state and federal agents prepared to take over. Sheriff Brooksby described the surrender as almost inviting, emphasizing that certain conditions had to be met for Robinson to come in peacefully. "I agreed to those terms," he said. "If it meant making concessions to ensure a peaceful surrender, I was willing to do that." Upon arrival, Robinson was somber, quiet, and cooperative. Since the murder investigation was being led by state and federal authorities, Brooksby's detectives did not question him. "He's accused of a terrible crime," the sheriff noted, "but we treated him with civility and humanity. That's part of our job. We do this regularly." Before the call from the retired deputy, Brooksby's office had no indication that the search for Kirk's killer would end in Washington County. The sheriff was stunned to learn the suspect was a local resident, a homegrown Washington County boy. "What's more, he attended the same high school I did, though 30 years apart," Brooksby added. That was a double shock. Brooksby also praised the retired deputy's strong community relationships, which made Robinson's parents comfortable enough to reach out and seek help negotiating their son's surrender. However, the sheriff also highlighted a troubling side effect. Individuals in the community who share the Robinson surname but have no connection to Tyler or his family have been receiving harassing phone calls. Because of this, Brooksby warned that Robinson's parents and roommate will likely need to keep a low profile for an extended period. But here's where it gets controversial. Should law enforcement make such concessions to suspects accused of heinous crimes? Does treating an accused murderer with such care risk sending the wrong message about justice and accountability? Or is it a necessary strategy to prevent further tragedy and ensure a peaceful resolution? What do you think? Is the sheriff's approach a compassionate example of policing done right? Or does it raise uncomfortable questions about fairness and public safety? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below.